Students, today we will discuss about the induction motor, and this class is important for 5th sem diploma electrical students. And in our this class we will understand about slip ring induction motor. So in slip ring induction motor, they have their torque maximum when resistance of the motor is same as that of the reactance. So this is the case under which maximum torque can be achieved, and it is when the resistance of the rotor is equal to the reactance. Normally the reactance of the rotor is more than that of the resistance. So I think this is needless to make you understand why the reactance is more as compared to resistance, because already in any motor part it consists of a number of coilings or coils, due to which its inductance is very much higher as compared to its resistance, or this resistance is dominant, less dominant as compared to its reactance. So students, in any motor you will find that the reactance is more as compared to its resistance. So here also the reactance of the motor is more than that of its resistance. Thus, to produce maximum torque in the motor at the time of starting, external resistance in each phase of rotor circuit is added through slip rings. So this is the exact reason why slip rings motors, I mean this external resistance, are introduced in the rotor circuit. This serves two purpose: one, increase the torque at the time of starting, and secondary, limits the rotor current. Now the current if you have remembered in your practical classes also, the slip ring induction motor starters limit the current also. How they limit this current? By introducing this resistance. Now after introducing resistance, we found that the torque is also been increased. So we are achieving two purposes. The first one is the current is limited. Secondly, the torque is made higher. So we can meet higher values of torque by adding additional resistances. This in turn limits the stator current or the motor current. And so finally the motor is drawing safe value of current which is desirable. As the motor picks up more and more speed, slip goes on reducing. Now students, as the speed is increased, the slip will be decreasing, and the reactance of the rotor also goes down. Thus, to produce maximum torque, resistance is to be introduced and therefore cut off. In the meantime, voltage induced in the rotor also goes down, and even with reduced resistance also the current is within the reasonable limits. This is this is seen as the motor picks up full load speed, the whole of the resistance is cut off. Now students, after the motor attains its full load speed, its external resistance do not have any purpose now. They can be cut off, or they can be thrown off, or they can be uh, put out of the circuit. These motors, on account of their robust construction, are more reliable, cheaper, and easier to maintain as compared to slip ring motors. These motors are employed where constant torque is required. Example, in paper mills, textile mills, compressor, and conveyors. So mind you students, in these applications which I have just mentioned, involves a high amount of torque during starting. You can take the example of these paper mills, textile mills, compressor, or conveyors. They are involving a high amount of starting torque. In case of squirrel cage induction motor, it is not possible to add external resistance. So why it is not possible to add external resistance in squirrel cage induction motor? Because in squirrel cage induction motor already the rotor has been short circuited by short circuiting rings. These bars made up of copper are shorted by two short or end rings, and there is no provision to extend or add additional resistances to the rotor circuit. So, in the motor circuit for starting, because of cage type rotor construction, so such motors shall have low starting torque and hence cannot be started by this method. So, such kind of motors, that is your squirrel cage induction motor, such kind of motors are not suitable for your heavy loads like paper mills, textile mills, compressors, or your conveyors also. So these motors will be involved only where the torque requirement is low. Now there is a very simple diagram shown to you. This is the slip ring induction motor starter. So here is the rotor circuit. Let me just point it out so that it will be easier for you. So this part is the rotor one, and there is a additional resistances. These are the additional resistances, and we have a slip ring arrangement. So these three are slip rings, right? Now, starting of squirrel cage induction motor. How to start then squirrel cage induction motor if slip ring induction motors or slip ring induction starters are not used in starting is then how we will start a squirrel cage induction motor? Let us discuss in this paragraph. Since external resistance cannot be added into the rotor of squirrel cage induction motor, so why it cannot be added, I have explained a few minutes ago. You can check it. So squirrel cage induction motor is started by applying reduced voltage to the stator of the motor. So by applying reduced voltage, we can also limit the current, and the percentage of reduction of voltage will be directly reflected in its value of current. So if you reduce 50% of voltage, you will find the current is also reduced by 50%. So reduced voltage applied would reduce the starting current while producing the desired starting torque. Induction motor up to 3 HP can be started directly on line as the current drawn is not very high to create high voltage drop to disturb the other working points of the same line. In addition, small motors are so light that they pick up rated speed without any loss of time, thus giving an opportunity to high current flowing in motor to produce heat to damage the motor. Now motors above 3 HP or 3 horsepower need starting device, as the motor of induction motor acts just like a short circuited secondary transformer at the time of starting. There are three methods of starting three-phase squirrel cage induction motor. So before going to the three methods, let me tell you students that if any motor is above 3 HP, which it has been already mentioned and we have also read it out also. So if any motor is above 3 HP, then we have to go by any of the three methods which we will discuss. But what about if it is lower than 3 HP? We can start it by direct online starter, and by using those starters, the amount of current drawn will not affect the motor. Now it might be you might be thinking that I have told you that no motor should be started without a starter, because the function of the starter is to reduce the starting current. At the same time, I am also telling that if the motor's rating is below 3 HP, no need of a starter or no need to limit its current, because below 3 HP the amount of current drawn is under satisfaction, and the current taken is not dangerous for the motor. As a result, we can go for direct online starting, and if it is higher than 3 HP, we have to go for starters. So there are different forms of starters. Now If it is a slip ring type of induction motor, then external resistance can be inserted or added. So by inserting resistance in the rotor circuit, we can increase its torque, we can limit the current or decrease the current. So if it is not slip ring induction motor, if it is of squirrel cage type, how to limit the current? There are three methods. What are these methods? The first one is stator resistance stator, stator resistance stator, auto transformer stator, and star delta stator. So these three are stator resistance stator, auto transformer stator, and star delta stator. So let us discuss the first type, the stator resistance stator. Stator resistance stator is shown as in the diagram. I will show you the diagram, but before that let us have this paragraph. In this type of stator, resistance is connected in series with each phase of the stator winding. Now any machine consists of a stator part and a rotor part. So in the stator part, we will add a series resistance in each phase. This reduces the voltage fed to stator at the time of starting. Reduced voltage are induced in the rotor also. So if the stator voltage is reduced, what will happen to its rotor? Rotor voltage will be automatically reduced. Since rotor is short circuited on itself, so reduce current circuits flow. As soon as the motor picks up more and more speed, more resistance is cut off from the stator current, as the voltage induced in the rotor automatically falls down due to reduced slip. When the rated speed is achieved, whole of the resistance is cut off. Now when the rated speed, from where you can get the rated speed? It is obviously from the nameplate. So you have to check the nameplate what is the rated speed, and you can find it out. Is there any other method to find the speed? Yes, there are methods which we will discuss obviously also, but for the timing you should know that the rated speed should be checked from its nameplate. Now this method is not very useful, as a lot of power is wasted in additional resistance at the time of starting. So during starting, due to this introduction of additional resistances, there is a huge amount of power loss or wastage. So this is not very useful. Now let us discuss about the second method, that is your auto transformer starting. In case of auto transformer starting or a auto transformer starter, the diagram is shown in the figure. Let us first check the figure of this stator resistance starter, that is 2.20. Yes, this is the figure for 2.20. You can see there is a rotor, there is a stator, and this stator is connected in series with series resistance supplied by a three-phase supply. Now let us check for the auto transformer. So there is the diagram for the auto transformer. There is a starting position shown, there is a running position shown, and also switching arrangement is shown along with your stator and rotor parts. Now let us check its theory. So in this type of starter, in this type of starting device, reduced voltage is fed to the stator of the induction motor through auto transformer by putting the switch in starting position. When the motor attains about 85% of rated speed, auto transformer is removed from the circuit by putting a switch in running position. Full voltage is fed to the stator to the rotor in normal position. Now this method develops reduced torque at the time of starting, but no expensive copper loss takes place in case of stator, as in the case of your stator resistance stator. So there is no loss of energy As you have seen in our previous case, there was a wastage of power. So with this we end this class. Thank you students for watching.